What's up, y'all? JustZay here, back again on the pickup. And of course, every unboxing is special, which makes today no different. But today's pair of shoes we're referring to are, of course, the Nike Ava Rovers. And the thing about these shoes is that on day one, day two, when I recorded these, I was a little bit rough on them. But then when with day 5, day 6, I still feel the same more or less, where I feel that these particular shoes are the shoes that you're going to want to try on first, unless you absolutely love the design. And if that's the case, then you're probably gonna love these a little bit more once you break them in. And that's where I'm at right now. I'm at day 5, I feel like I've broken these in and they're not as bad. However, I still wanna say this, try them on first. All right, so for $145, you're gonna get a pair of shoes that look just like this. And one of the things about this shoe that stands out the most that I am in love with, or that I deeply appreciate, is the amount of traction the shoe gets right here. They say it's a thin layer of rubber on the outer sole that adds a grip right where you need it. And you know what? That is very factual. I am on my second day wearing these, and the first day was nice and dry. Second day was rainy, and honestly, I didn't have any issues walking. So that is true to that. Now, this shoe right here, in the colorway I went with, you're gonna get a fossil as the upper, and then you're gonna get what's a cosmic clay right here in this area, and then labeling this as the mud guard, which basically wraps around the shoe, gives it a little bit more stability on your foot. And then right here, it's a slight color difference. They're gonna enable this a Cannon Rust, and then black, which is the check. Now back to these mud guards. This is the part of the shoe for me personally that's uncomfortable. On day one, it just felt like it was a little too snug right here, just right here. And to top it off, don't let this amount of ReactX that you see right here fool you. Yes, this is ReactX, but it's not comfortable, man. This shoe, it's not uncomfortable, but it's just, the best way I can describe this in one word is disappointment. So my disappointment begins and ends right here. And it's very hard for me to say this because I love ReactX, but I don't love the way this particular shoe performs. Like, looking at this shoe, at its peak, you're looking at about 4 centimeters of the ReactX temp, but you don't necessarily feel that, you know? And maybe it's because of the way they have these grooves right here. Maybe that's what it is. But I don't know, man. I just don't feel it. But what I do feel is right here, this tightness right here. So for $145, it's very hard to recommend this shoe because there's so many other shoes that are right in that price point that's just gonna blow you away. For instance, I'm still reviewing this right here, but for $145, as of right now, this is the winner over this one. But we'll talk about this later. This will get its own shine. Now, what this shoe does have going for it is a hint of reflective right here. And that little defect right there. That's right here too. Well, I mean, yeah, can't win them all. But this right here, the reason I'm so hard on this shoe is because I feel like I've already reviewed this shoe. And if you're a hardcore fan, you remember I did the ISPAs. And this shoe is basically the Nike React Element 55, just an upgraded version. I mean, yes, of course, the tech is different. It's not just regular React, it's ReactX, the newer version of React. But this upper is the exact same. You got the nice little pad. Actually, I don't think it had padding right here. So I think they added a little bit more padding in comparison to the 55, React 55. It's been a while. This is probably 2018, 2019 since the shoe came out. but nice and breathable. And then the material is still amazing. But I recommend you guys try this shoe on before buying it, so you can make your own decision. But you're gonna take this out, you got a nice little sole like this. Nothing too crazy, not a lot of padding, nothing too crazy. On the inside, no special, no hidden codes or nothing special like that. But you can see the padding real good. Let me see. Yeah, you can see the padding, which is always a plus. But yeah, man, it's hard to say what you should do with these. Now, don't get me wrong. From the description, this is a nice casual shoe, so don't expect this to be like a runner, you know, because it definitely is not going to top these right here. Then we'll run 3s. It's definitely not going to do that, and it's definitely not going to top the Vomero 18s. This is what this shoe reminds me of. The fit and feel is just like this. So if you ever had on a pair of the 700 Boost, you know exactly how this shoe feels without even trying it on. It feels just like this, except for this doesn't have any areas where it's tight and snug. All right, so can you slip these things on with no hands? Yeah. However, it's probably best if you actually use your hands, just because of how the tongue is. It's very loose, a little bit of flimsy, so it wouldn't hurt. Now, as far as boosting height, you're gonna get roughly about maybe 5 centimeters at its peak. So I'd say right around 4 to 5 centimeters of a height boost you're gonna get with these. And as far as slipping these off with no hands, you shouldn't have no problem doing that.